Hey everybody, this is Maple Notchman, and another video that's been requested in the squadron has been, how do I go deep core mining? And so deep core mining is something I love to do. I think it's great. I don't really laser mine anymore. I go deep core mining. And so I kind of like to get other people into it. It's phenomenal money for mining. I can easily make 100 million an hour or more. So it's pretty good to get into it. Let me share with you the build that I use. This is a preference thing, so no making fun of me here, but I actually use a Crate Mark II because it's my favorite ship in the game. And I have several of them. I have them for anti-Xeno, I have them for PvP. And so this is my core killer Crate Mark II. And basically, it's got a couple cargo racks, so it only has 128 tons of cargo, which honestly, after about 100 tons, I start to get really bored. So that's all it's got on it, one load. It's got some lightened up limpet, collector limpets. It's got a shield, engineered. I think I have enhanced low power on this. So this is kind of also oriented towards some jump range too. Fuel scoop, prospector limpet, lightweight. Refinery, detailed surface scanner with extended scanning. Yours obviously doesn't need to be fully engineered, but, you know, I get bored. I got, you know, dozens of engineered ships, so what the hell, right? Pulse wave analyzer, 0A, 0E shield boosters with heavy duty. Okay, so this is something I came across, heavy duty and supercapacitor. I found that per ton of weight, the E boosters actually make the most percentage. They give the most shield. So an E booster with grade 5 heavy duty and supercapacitors only weighs 2 tons. It uses hardly any power, and it gives you a 50% boost. So I like to use these E boosters on all of my lightweight builds. The D boosters are also really good too. So food for thought, guys. And then a chaff launcher. I think this is lightweight, yeah. Okay. Core internals, usually, you know, same old stuff. Lightweight alloy with heavy duty deplating, just so you have some hole. If you have a combat ship that you want to use for this, you can. So if this is military grade or reactive, then that's fine. I use a smaller power plant because I don't really need the power. 6A thrusters, dirty drives, dirty thrusters, drag drives. Say that 10 times fast. Frameshift drive, engineered for increased range. Lightweight life support, charge enhanced power distributors, super conduits, and then lightweight sensors. So it's a pretty basic build. It's fast. It jumps well. So, you know, laden jump range 30 light years. Total laden jump range 200 light years. That's without even the fuel scoop. So if you want, you could get rid of the fuel scoop. You could even run a size 3 shield and run a size 4 cargo bay if you wanted to, you know, just to add a little bit more storage. It's up to you. You could use Python. Python doesn't maneuver as nice as this ship does, and as I demo it, I will show you how nice the vertical thrusters are on this ship as I'm going around the rocks. All right, so enough of that. Let's go ahead and hop into the ship, and we'll go do some mining. Hey guys, so we've dropped in to a double hotspot. This one is Void Opal and Alexandrite, and we're just flying around looking for cores. So basically I'm boosting around, I'm holding the pulse wave analyzer, and out of the corner of my eye I see this guy with the black flicker. Alright, the black flicker, see that black flicker? That's what we're looking for. That is a rock with a core in it. Okay, so we're going to fly up, approach it here, stick a prospector in it, and we're going to see what's in it. Hopefully something good. This rock's kind of in a bad spot. So that's Void Opal. Alright, let's blow it up.
Asteroid scan
Now, kind of a really quick review of firing groups. This is how I like to set them up. So I have group 1 is my prospector limpet controller and my wave analyzer. Then I go group 2 is my seismic charge launcher, collector limpets, abrasion blaster, and then with limpets, and then subsurface with limpets, and then my mining lasers with limpets. I like stacking them up this way. I like to have control over my limpets separately. Then my lasers, some people like putting them on the lasers, but I don't like doing that. Okay, so something to keep in mind is if you haven't cracked a rock before, as soon as you start launching seismic charge launchers on this, you're going to go on a timer. So we got to be very deliberate with how we do this and very quick. That's one thing I like about the Crate Mark II is I got really good vertical thrusters. So I can get around this rock super fast. And also I noticed there's some subsurface deposits on the rock. Let's go look and see what those are. Because if they're anything good, I'll add that to the ignore list here. So these are all lithium hydroxide. That's not any good. Okay, well, never mind. If there's something good, you can always blast those before you detonate the core to get more stuff out of it. So strategy for laying charges, I prefer to start with a low fissure. So basically each fissure is rated either low, average, or high. And what that means is kind of the resistance to explosion of that fissure, okay? So like a low fissure, let me see if I can find a low one we can look at. A low strength fissure means if I put a big charge in it, it's going to explode for the maximum damage. Whereas a high strength fissure, like this one right here, means that my charge is going to be the least effective. So if I put a big charge into it, it's going to do less damage than if I put it into a low fissure, okay? Average is average. It's in the middle. So let's take a look. Maybe we can get back to that low that I was looking at originally. I like to start out with a low if I can. Usually I'm in more of a hurry. I don't look at the rock this long. I just blow it up. You can also highlight these on the contact panel. So if you come over here, you could look at each fissure. Oh, there's the low right there. Okay. And we look for where it's highlighted. There it is. Okay, so we're going to come over here. You can see the fissure. I'm going to put a big charge on it. Nope, and I missed, of course. Of course I did. So I'm going to track that down. And I'm charging. You hold the button down to charge it. Kind of lead the rock, and boom. Okay, so now we have our graph up here in the top right. We're on the timer. So I'm going to pick another spot. That one's a high. I kind of would rather have the average. Yeah, here's an average. Okay. And I'm going to put a full charge in here as well. And hopefully that gets us into the blue. So we'll kind of lead it a little bit. And okay, we're close. So now we just need a little touch of a charge. So here's a high. I'm going to stick just like 1 bar charge into it. And nope, we still need a little bit more. See how that high just did not do a whole lot? Here's an average. I'm going to barely touch this. There we go, perfect. Now see how we're optimally in the blue? Okay, so we're going to back up a little bit. We want to be into the rock. We want to be about 1.5 away from the rock when we blow it up. And you can either just wait for the timer, or you can actually go into your contacts menu. And something I want to show you is you can come over here to your contacts menu, and you can either disarm a charge or detonate all the charges. If you disarm a charge, it takes about like 10 seconds, and it will disable the charge basically. But you lose that fissure. Keep that in mind. This is the best one. Alright. Okay, so we blew up the core. Now we got chunks of void opal all over the place. So I'm going to start launching collector limpets, and I'm going to come over here and bust out my abrasion blaster. And so the second part of this is using your abrasion blaster. Make sure you put some pips into weapons, because you'll suck your your weapons dry. And so you're going to get in here and shoot all of these surface deposits, avoidable, okay? And your limpets are going to go crazy. Alright, now the thing to keep in mind is while your limpets are running around collecting stuff, try not to move too much. And try not to get too close to these rocks, or else you will just sit and kill your limpets. Okay, how many more surface deposits do we have? Oh, we have quite a few. Okay. I might have to dump some cargo here. There's one. There's kind of a trick to hitting them around the side of the rock, because the surface deposits are usually kind of nestled into the rock. So there's a little bit of a trick. You kind of aim to the side of them to hit them sometimes. Works pretty good. Alright, let's go over here to this rock and see if we can get at some of these. Also keep in mind when you're near the rocks to keep your cargo scoop away from the rocks. That way your limpets aren't flying into the rocks. Let's see if I can get that one. Nope, I'm gonna have to. This is why I prefer this over the Python, because it just handles so much nicer. And the vertical thrusters are just so much better. Let me see, what else do we got? Two more. That might be on the other side. Yeah, I guess it's on the other side. So we're going to use our vertical thrusters to come underneath. Scoot up a little bit. Ah, come on. There we go. Alright, collector limpets are going to finish picking those up. And we're going to switch back to our pulse wave. Now, if this was a type of commodity that you could laser mine, you could actually laser mine these rocks. And even though they've been blown up and you'll get more stuff. Oh, my refinery's full. Come over here. Oh yeah, I'm full. I gotta dump. I brought way too many limpets. Haha. I'll dump 10. Okay. So we can finish picking up our stuff. But yeah, you could laser mine all this. Like if it was LTDs or bromolite or something that you were mining, you know, you subsurface, laser, and deep core those. So it could be really good. Obviously, bromolite's not worth a whole lot, except for there have been a lot of mining missions lately that'll pay you millions to go get bromolite. So you could actually go get a ton of bromolite, load it up on your carrier, and then go find those missions, and they'll pay you, you know, 30 million wing mission to bring, you know, 200 tons of bromolite or something. And so you and your buddies can split that up and get a ton of money. That was kind of a suspicious looking rock. Alright, so I'm going to go 4 pips to engines, 2 pips to systems. I'm holding down the pulse wave, and I'm pushing down the boost button. And here we go. So we're just going to boost through here. That's an interesting looking rock, but I'm not seeing any black flickering. Get around this rock. Interesting. Not seeing any black cores though. Sometimes it takes a couple pings. That's a really good looking rock. Maybe it was a core, but somebody already mined it. It's possible. So we're going to move on to the next one. Kind of looking at this rock, but I think that one has some subsurfaces. Ooh, what's that? Okay, see that black flicker? Alright, let's see what this one does. Okay, that's a really good sign. More black flicker. Oh yeah, that looks like a core of some kind. That might be like an Alexandrite or something. Okay. Let's see what's in this rock. It's kind of a, not a very, oh, maybe it's not a core tritium. Oh, the tritium rock with a tritium subsurface fooled us. That's ridiculous. Okay, moving on. Now, I think we're 1 for 4 on prospectors. That's alright. I mean, we already have 16 tons of void opal at, what is it, 700k a ton? Yeah, I mean, that's not bad for first rock. What are these over here? That kind of looked promising, but no, maybe not. Not seeing any black flicker here. Okay, what about this one? Okay, I see a little bit of black lines. Those could just be subsurface lines, though. Not seeing kind of any core markings. These little rocks are a little tricky sometimes. Yeah, those just look like subsurface lines, so I'm going to ignore that one. Yeah, I'm not seeing any core in there. Okay. Once you get in a good groove, you can just go from core to core to core sometimes and just fill up super fast. Like usually I'm getting them faster than this. I don't think I dropped into a good spot in the ring, to be honest with you, but you're kind of stuck because if you go back out and come back, then the pirates are going to get you. Oh, what's that? See that one right there? Got some black flicker to it. Oh yeah, that should be a core. Here we go. Oh yeah, see, oh there you go. Obvious cores in that one. Super black flicker. Oh. Pulse wave kind of shorted out on that one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks good. I wonder what it has in it. Void opals. Alright. So I'm going to check for subsurface deposits. Bromellite. Ignore. We're not doing that CG anymore. I don't need any more bromellite. Which, you know, that bromellite CG was super easy because there's a double bromellite hotspot. And basically I just flew around subsurface mining, laser mining, and core mining bromellite, and so it was just coming out of everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this low fissure, place a high charge. Okay. This looks like a high. Oh no, that's another low. Okay, so I'm going to do a second full charge on this low. Fuck. Oh nope, it hit. And we're optimal. We're in the goal. So I'm going to launch that one that I started to charge out into space, and then we're gonna go get 1.5k away. It's probably good. Alright, oh, I guess I'm like 2k away now. That's alright. We're gonna detonate this thing. So come up here, go to detonate now, and we're gonna sit. Okay. If you're paranoid, you can put 4 pips into systems. Reinforce your shields. God, that is such a cool animation and sound. So cool. Alright, we're going to come in here with the collectors, open the cargo scoop. Okay, we're going to get close to where all the chunks are. And we're just going to let our collectors go to work for a minute. If you see any obvious surface deposits, you might as well shoot at them while you're waiting. But while your collectors are going crazy, you don't want to get in here too much. I'm also going to dump some more limpets. So I'm probably going to get at least 15 bars from this one. So Got people pinging me to ask me to go bounty hunt stuff, which is actually a pretty decent way to make money these days. Not as good as this, though. Just want to finish up mining this rock, but my limpets are going crazy collecting. One thing you will notice sometimes doing this is that the chunks of material will get stuck in a rock as it moves, and then your limpets will keep dying to go after it. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about that. If you still have materials left to gather, then what you can do is just target them individually and send limpets after them. Stuff like that is why I always take a full load of limpets. You know, I don't really care if I have to sit and dump them out or not. Limpets are cheap. You know, getting out here and not having any limpets is kind of worse, you know, the worst case. So I always fill up completely on limpets. And I just dump them out as I need to make cargo room. And when as you get better at recognizing cores without prospecting them, then you won't need as many limpets. Okay, we're out of surface deposits now. So we'll let the limpets pick up these last two chunks. This last chunk looks like it might be stuck in a rock or something. We'll have to see if we can go up and get it. Yeah, because all my limpets are dying trying to get it. So I'm gonna guess... Oh, no, that one got it. That's weird. Maybe they just expired. Fair enough. So we'll pick up this last chunk. We'll start heading back towards our waypoint. Alright. Cargo scoop shot. 4 pips to engines. Head back towards our waypoint. Hit the boost. Get our PWA back up. Alright, we're back in business. Alright, so I'm going to finish up this mining run. And, you know, you just use the commodity trader to go sell. I'm going to deposit all this stuff on my carrier. So yeah, so the video is pretty much over. Give it a like and get out there and make some money.